is Trader Style. So Justin Nielsen, our market research director, is joining me today for a fun little chat of maybe some surprises, some fun stuff, and we'll talk about some trades this week. So hey, Justin, and happy Friday. We made it, and what a week it was.
Well, we haven't quite made it. We're still doing the production, so in about 10 minutes, I'm jumping on. We're going to be doing all the charts, getting those out real quick. So yeah, I'm in charge of the IBD 50 charts today, page 3 probably. So if you see any mistakes, it was my fault.
Or I guess you can blame me for
Right, exactly. I'll blame you.
you into
Exactly.
this.
I appreciate you taking the blame.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time. And, for everyone else out there who's already in weekend mode, let's, crack open a cold Sprite and cheers to the weekend. But Justin, okay, so let's get right into it and start off with a quick little lightning mode here. So your one sentence biggest takeaway of the market action this week.
Follow through day. Biggest question is, will it work, or will we hit some of those levels of resistance that we've been talking about? So far, we're starting to check some boxes off.
All right, perfect. So now for some fun things. Your favorite meal or cuisine?
Oh, geez. Oh, okay. You didn't let me prepare for this. I'm bad with favorites.
Surprise. First thing that comes to mind.
Generally, pizza. I'll be honest.
Oh, I think, yeah, that's like the ultimate just easy comfort food. Your favorite hobby or family activity?
Oh, lately it's been, doing stuff with my son Nicholas with animals. He likes going to the aquarium, the zoo, all of that. It's nothing's funner than seeing kind of the joy of a young child with that stuff.
Oh, I love it. Okay, and mountains or ocean? You got both in SoCal, so
right, exactly. So why choose?
Why choose?
But I will say I do love the ocean, and we're very close here. So there's something about the waves crashing that I particularly find soothing. And we just had a kite festival in Huntington Beach last weekend. It was amazing. I loved watching the kites just flying around. Very, very soothing.
Nice. Oh, that's so cool. So yeah, we want to combine the fun of that interaction that we like having as a team with some serious stuff too. So again, it was a big week in the market, and I want to ask you, Justin, about a trade that you personally made, because we talk about stocks setting up and breaking out and potentially actionable, but I want to know, Justin, about a trade that you made this week.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and take a look at RMBS, RMBS. And this is something that we were actually talking about on IBD Live. And as I was doing my initial analysis, this had been on our radar for a while. We've been talking about this. And one of the things that stuck out about RMBS was that unlike a lot of the chip stocks, this is one that was actually holding above its 50-day moving average line. The relative strength was soaring. It had a lot of things going for it. And so it did have this breakout just a couple weeks ago out of that 28.32, add 10 cents to the 28.22, had that breakout, but then immediately failed. Which again, the market was coming in, so not a big surprise that this would have come in as well. And then we had that pretty dramatic day. If you can go ahead and hover over how much was that day down?
The down day.
Yeah, the day right before.
Right. Yeah, 7%.
Was kind of bothering me. But then you take a step back, and let's take a look at the weekly chart.
Let's do that. So yeah, this changes the perspective. This just goes to show why you need to be looking at the multiple time frames.
Right. And so taking that step back, I actually kind of reversed my position, live on IBD Live. I was like, hey, you know what? This is actually kind of looking a little bit different on the weekly chart. And, it was the Q&A. A few people, Peter Borgia, one of our longtime listeners, he was one, a few other people. And I'm like, hey, this is actually looking interesting. I started kind of changing my mind on it a little bit. We ended up putting this on leaderboard a little bit later. And then once it was off the restricted list, I went ahead and made a purchase myself. And so far, that's working out. And especially today, we got a lot of follow-up in the chip names. So a lot of strength
Yeah.
there. That was one of the things that was driving the NASDAQ higher. So, so far so good on this one.
Okay, so let's quickly chat about position size, where you're looking to take profits, and ultimately where you're going to be getting out of this trade.
Well, so for me, I'm still kind of staying small right now. So I'm basically not doing like a 3-type purchase situation where I'm doing half a position, then another 30%, and then a 20%, getting my full position that way and holding on to it like a position. I'm still doing a little bit quicker. So a lot of times I may be just starting with, let's say, 3, 4, 5% position. Maybe I'll do a follow-up ad, but I haven't been doing too much of the follow-up ads right in this environment. So
Especially
I
if you
just
are
started with
buying into strength, right?
right. So I just started with a 5% position, and I'll probably take this off fairly quickly. So again, if it depends on what happens, I'll probably take maybe a percent or two off. Like that would be about a third of the position. You know, if we get a little bit more strength here. So on Monday we'll see. I'll probably take a third off if we still get some strength, and then maybe I let the rest run. Maybe I use like the 5-day moving average line, one of those shorter term moving average lines, to just make sure that I don't lose profit if things start turning south.
All right. Sounds good, Justin. And I want to thank you for coming on Stock Tales today for the first episode. Thank you for being my guinea pig about this new concept. But I had a lot of fun. It is talking stocks like we like to do, but also I got to learn a couple things about you as well, which is always fun, even though we've worked together for so long. So thanks so much.
Well, next time, do we get to turn the tables and I get to ask you questions?
Ooh, yeah, exactly. Next time we'll have to do that. All right. Thank you so much, Justin. And thanks everyone for watching. We hope you have a fantastic weekend.